Hello guys, today we are going to discuss on the topic MongoDB, how we can make use of MongoDB and day-to-day life, and how to install MongoDB, what are the types of queries which we have under MongoDB. I'll be explaining in this particular session. Let's start up with the topic. In this particular session, I'll be covering what is MongoDB is all about and what is the difference between regular SQL and NoSQL, that is MongoDB, and the basic queries. Let's say in our SQL we have insert, select, delete, update, drop, like this different types of queries are there. How that particular queries will be available in our MongoDB, let me show you with a simple example. First, what is MongoDB? It is an open source database uses for storing the documents in a data model. If you just check it out, our MySQL, Oracle, all these particular databases will be storing the data in the form of rows, columns and tables, all these things. When it comes to this particular MongoDB, it will not be following any of that particular relational database concept. It will be following the concepts of documents, it will be following the concepts of collections, all these things for storing the data. If you need to understand this particular MongoDB, if you have an idea of JavaScript slightly, then it will be well and good, because MongoDB makes use of JSON data for storing, updating, retrieving this particular data from the database. Let me get into next concept. Next one is, what is the difference between SQL and NoSQL? MongoDB is called as NoSQL database. The difference between SQL and NoSQL in the sense that is a relational database and it is not relational database. You will not be having foreign keys, primary keys, these kind of concepts will not be available under this particular MongoDB. Next, SQL will support SQL query language, that is what the name suggests, and here we will be having JSON query language. Here everything, if you need to perform the operations like insertion, updation, deletion, anything, you will make use of JSON concept over here. JSON is nothing but JavaScript object notation, so only I said you need to know about JSON, I mean JavaScript slightly before proceeding with this particular session. Next, it supports triggers and foreign keys in SQL database. When it comes to NoSQL MongoDB, we will not be having any concept like triggers, foreign keys, primary keys, all these concepts will not be available. When it comes to SQL, if whenever you are expanding the data, it will be expanding in vertical manner, you will be seeing the data, it will be incrementing in row by row. When it comes to NoSQL, it will not be expanding in a vertical manner, it will be expanding in horizontal manner. So only we need to add n number of servers for storing the data. That is what the major difference, and most of the people in the industry right now, like Facebook, Google, all these people, for storing the data, huge set of data, they are moving towards NoSQL, that is MongoDB only. Of course, old documents, scan data, all these things, you cannot store it in a particular records. You have to store it in the particular documents in this particular fashion. So my preference is NoSQL for unorganized data. If it is organized data, obviously we will be proceeding with SQL only. Next, what are the types of queries which we have under MongoDB and how to install MongoDB? Let me show you now. First, you have to proceed with mongodb.com. Just go to mongodb.com. Go to this particular website. It's opening. You can see here you can find download option. Click on this. If you click on this, you can find community server. Here you just get into this. Click on download. Once if you click on download, it will get downloaded. It is downloading. Just install this. Already I have installed, it is available in my machine. Just to show you how to download, I went to this particular option. You just download it and install it. Once if you install regular normal our Windows software, how we will be installing, the same fashion we will be installing this particular MongoDB. database also. There will not be any difference in the installation. You can install it into somewhere C drive. You can check out in C drive. I have it is 64-bit operating system. This is program files 86 32-bit, and program files it is for 64-bit. I have installed MongoDB 64-bit, so it is installed into program files. MongoDB folder is there. You can check out over here. Now next thing what you have to do is you need to get into this folder. I'm getting in, whereas you can see it is MongoDB server, it is available over here. Getting into this 3.4 version of MongoDB I have installed, and just get into bin folder. Here your MongoDB exe file will be there, and this is your command prompt for execution of your MongoDB queries. Now just copy this particular path and go to command prompt and cd, just step into that particular location. Okay, I'm clearing the screen. Now you just type start one time, so that you will be getting one more window over here. Here in one window you just start up MongoDB server, MongoDB. Once if you click, you can see the server is starting, and it is started over here. You can see that everything waiting for the connections on the port 27017. This is what the port address where MongoDB will be running. Minimize this, don't close it. And now here you just type Mongo. Now you are into MongoDB database. It is just like your SQL database only, MySQL database only, where you can execute all your particular commands over here. First, if you want to clear the screen, you just type CLS. Okay, I have cleared it. Now if you need to create a database, here in MongoDB we have the concept of database. Even in MySQL also we have the concept of database. The same thing repeats over here. Here if you need to create the database, you just use somewhere WMS. Okay, now it is created and it has switched into that particular WMS database. When it comes to MySQL, you need to create the database separately, then you have to step into that particular database. It is not the thing over here. Here directly it will be stepping into that particular database. You don't need to create it separately, you don't need to stepping into that particular database separately. Okay, now let me list out the database. Show DBs. If you type, you can see admin is there, local is there, Sridhar is there. These are the databases which is available. When it comes to our WMS, it is not showing, because the reason is still under this particular WMS database we don't have any particular concepts like collection, we don't have any concepts like document, all those things. If you have the data, then only it will be visible over here, otherwise it will not be visible. First of all, what is meant by collection? What is meant by document? When it comes to our relational databases like Oracle, MySQL, all those things, we will be considering tables, we will be considering rows, columns, all these things. When it comes to NoSQL database, we will be considering in the form of collections. Collections in the sense there we will be considering it as table, and there if you consider it as row in the sense, here we will be considering it as document. So at least if you have one document, I mean one row in a particular collection, then only your database will be visible over here. Otherwise you cannot list out your database in this particular console by making use of show DBs. So how to create a collection, how to create a document, I mean how to insert the document into that particular collection, I will be showing you the queries step by step now. Now I have listed out all the types of queries over here, whichever is very important for our particular day-to-day uses. Let me show you. First, let me create a collection. If you need to create a collection, you have to use db create collection, not this one. Yeah, here you just already I am there into that particular database only. You can see use SMS WMS. Yeah, You can see I have created the collection with the name test, and that is okay, and 1 it is showing everything is successful. And here I have created just an empty collection, that means just a table. If you need to create a collection with a particular data in the sense, then you can directly, you can see over here I am creating the collection, at the same time I am inserting the data also into this particular collection. Test1, yeah, it is showing the field e number is not valid. Okay, here it is showing the error over here. The issue is e number is not valid over here. Now let me proceed with 1.0. okay, I'll change it. Yeah, okay, yes. Now okay, 0 namespace exists, WMS test is already existing. Okay, I'll change it to test1. okay, still e number is not a valid collection option. Just let me remove that particular e number field. I'll make it as number. Okay, still number is not a valid option. Okay, I'll remove this. Better, yeah. Field e name is not a valid option. Okay, what I will be doing is I'll create the collection and I'll insert it separately over here. Enter. Okay, and for inserting the data into collection, you can make use of this one. Okay, and here we don't be specifying any specific columns, a string, float, double, byte, all the types of data types will be supported over here, where straight away you can insert it. You can see I'm inserting the name field into test1 collection. Test1 is the, you just consider it as a table. Under that we are inserting name field with the value Prasad. 1 record has been inserted over here. Like this, I'm inserting some multiple records over here. You can see first row we have 1 column, second row we have 2 columns, third row you have 3 columns, and this row you just check it out. Here we have 4 different columns over here. I'll be inserting all this particular data. Let me run this. Yes, it is inserted successfully. This particular data is, you have to use DB. Already we are there into the DB. So test1, that is the collection name, and insert is the query. We need to insert JSON data. You can see name field Prasad, name field Rao, name field Ramesh, and number field 12. Salary field I have inserted 12.34. Like this, I have inserted this many records, I mean documents, as per NoSQL MongoDB terms. Now this particular data, if I need to check whether that particular data is available or not, so we have to execute our select query. For executing select query, here we don't have select queries, we have the option of find. Here we have to apply the respective table. Let me show you. Respective table is our test1, that is a collection. Under this particular collection I need to find it. Find it in the sense it will execute like a select star from that particular table name we will be specifying, right, in MySQL. The same fashion here we will be using DB test1 find. Once if you specify, it will retrieve all the records from that particular collection. Let's say if I need to retrieve only specific limit, you can execute the limit like this. Only first 2 records only it will be retrieved. You have an option of skipping the particular limit. Okay, I want to retrieve the data whose name is Prasad. Okay, you can see I have got 2 records over here, and I have to get only 1 record. If I specify limit 1, in the sense it will retrieve. You can check it out. Dot limit 1, if I specify, what will happen? The Prasad, only this record it will be retrieving. If I want to get this record, then you apply skip over here. where you can apply skip. Once if you apply skip, in the sense first record it will be skipped, then it will get next Prasad, and that too one record only it will retrieve. You can see that. So this record it has skipped and it will retrieve the second record over here. In this way you can retrieve this. And if you need to get the details, okay, let me show you first. Just find, I'll be executing. Okay, you can see Prasad, Rao, Ramesh, Prakash, Mahesh, Arjun, Prasad. In random order the data is stored. If I need to retrieve the data in sorted order, you can see here I have got it in descending order. If I need to retrieve it in ascending order, you can see test db1 find sort name -1. -1 if you pass, it will be in descending order. If you pass +1, it will be in ascending order. I am sorting the data based on name field in ascending order, whereas based on number field, based on salary field, if you want to sort it, you can apply that. Remember, plus +1 value will give you ascending order, -1 will give you in descending order. This is what. And if you need to retrieve the details based on a condition, what is that condition? I want to check whose salary is greater than number is greater than 12, otherwise salary is greater than 12, like this. You can use this particular conditions. Let me show you that. Okay, yes, this is where conditions like. Okay, first let me clear it off. Yeah, you can see test1. Okay, first let me check. Here there are the records, and none of the numbers are less than 12. Here we will not be having symbols like less than symbol, greater than symbol, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. We will be using the terms LT is for less than, LTE is for less than or equal to, GT for greater than or equal to, not equal to. Let me take greater than, okay, and show you. Okay, I want to get the records whose number is greater than 10. See, here you have got multiple records whose number is greater than 10, and whose yeah, of course everything I have given like this only. And you can give greater than or equal to, not equal to also you can give over here in this particular fashion. So yeah, not equal to, of course 12 is not equal to 10, so it has rendered the result over here. In this way we can use select queries also under MongoDB. When it comes to updating, how we can update the data into this particular database, let me show you. Okay, you can see here we have the records. Okay, okay, here yeah, one record is there whose name is Rao, and he don't have any title. If I need to update some title for him, then I can update the title also for him. You can see one record as match and update upsetted 0, modified 1. So upsetted in the sense it is just like replaced, and modified is 1. So you can exit the query and you can check it out. Title has been inserted for this particular person as Ranga. And if I need to update multiple records at the time, you can see the same, till here it is same only. Update query name, whose name is Rao, we have set the title Ranga. Here whose name is Prasad, for him I am setting the title Ranga. Of course we will be having multiple Prasads at the time. Multi true I am specifying, in the sense more than one record also if it is available, I will be updating over here. You can see here 2 records has been matched and 2 records has been modified. In previous case only one record will get updated even if it match multiple records also. Like this we can update the records. When it comes to dropping, how to drop that particular data, dropping in this, let me show you delete, then I can go for, yeah, for deletion you just okay, let me clear it, and let me show you the records are available with raw, and I want to remove with the name raw. Okay, one record has been removed, you can see, and there is no raw available right now. And if I want to remove this particular fashion, remove whose name is raw. Next thing is how to drop a collection. A collection in the sense how to drop the table as per MySQL term. Okay, just simple. You have to drop that particular. Just get into this particular thing. What is our table name right now? db dot test1 dot drop. You just drop it out. Okay. Now nothing is there because the table is dropped over here. When it comes to dropping the DB, already we are there into the DB, right? So we don't need to get into the DB for dropping it specifically. So you just type db.drop database. So that particular database will be dropped over here successfully. Then after your transactions are done, then press Ctrl C. It will show you by. This is what the basic commands which you need to know in MongoDB database before getting into advanced commands. Whereas full-fledged commands like how we can insert multiple types of documents, aggregations, and how we can perform the operations like images, how we can store it, like this different types of operations are there, and advanced queries are there. What are those particular queries, how we can make use of those particular queries in upcoming videos. I'll be designing it. Apart from this, whereas I'll be designing this MongoDB database connectivity with this one node.js, how we can connect it, and how we can connect this particular MongoDB with the different types of technologies like your Java, PHP, all those things. I'll be designing a videos specifically for you. For more updates, please subscribe to my